Abby, how long has this person been waiting in my... Wait, hold on a second. Oh, no. Don't let somebody else see this. Sound sleeper. Hey. Hey, it's time to wake up now. Hey! Easy! Easy! Easy. You didn't look like you were having a nightmare, but you certainly jumped like someone who did. I'm sorry if I startled you. No, it's alright. You aren't the first person I've had falling asleep in my office. I have that effect on people. My office, yes. You probably already know, but seeing as you're here, let me introduce myself anyway. I'm Dr. Lamb, the counselor whose office you decided to take a nap in. If I kept you waiting, I apologize. Though I thought my schedule for the rest of the day was clear. You didn't make an appointment with me, did you? But no, I think you want me in a different capacity. Someone sent you to me. You were looking for a magic tutor. It's alright. We can talk about it. My secretary won't hear us. Oh yes, I know. I didn't need you to tell me that. While you were asleep just now, you started, casting. No, don't be embarrassed. You didn't cause any harm. I only had to prevent Abby from... She's not one of the initiated, I'm afraid. But either way, it's really incredible. I think that it's really, really incredible. You're a somnancy, are you? Or would you be more familiar with the term dream mage? A magic user whose talent lies not in creative expression, but the act of dreaming itself. Extremely volatile, extremely unpredictable, but very powerful and versatile nonetheless. Oh, I don't mean to call you volatile. I'm sure you're lovely. But that's how dreams are, aren't they? There hasn't been a somniomancer to walk through those doors in many, many years. I'm thrilled to be here seeing you in person. Let me take a look at you, please. Just for a moment. It's true, you have the same quirk of the eyes, though they're a bit bruised right now. And the dream I saw coalescing in your sleep. It didn't have a chance to form a shape, but I could tell that it was going to be marvelous. Please don't look at me like that. I apologize for sounding so strange. It's just that dream mages are such a, let's say, a rare breed. I'm surprised you don't know that. Have you met any others besides yourself? Huh. To hear you speak of it, you must be new to the entire magical community. That's... I can't even imagine being kept so isolated from my own people for so much of my life. I'm not here to judge your background. It just strikes me as strange. Well, let me tell you then. Your strain of magic is incredibly rare. Few are born with it, and of those few, there aren't many who make it to adult. Who make it to, Meanwhile, the amount of mages I've tutored who cast spells with paint supplies or chalk or charcoal. So many that I can't even count. And then there's me. My casting talents lie in the written word, not in anything visual like, look at me going on like this. And I haven't even heard your name. My manners keep getting away from me today. Please, introduce yourself. And it's a pleasure it is to meet you. Dr. Lamb, again. Now, I assume you had actual business to discuss. You're looking for a magic instructor? Or a magic counselor, if you wish to tie it into my public profession. I said the practice of somniomancy is rare, but that doesn't mean I can't help you. I happen to have some experience with it, even if I am not a dream mage myself. There have, in fact, been students in the past. Why don't you talk about what brought you here? Mm-hmm. Mm. Has it always been this way? Or has it only been once you've reached adulthood that your powers are behaving like this? You look so tense. There's no wrong answer to this question. I just want to make sure that I have enough information. Some mages do see a let's call it a surge once they're grown. For others, it happens much earlier. The time when one's powers manifest also does vary like that, as you may be aware, but it doesn't mean anything more than that. All right. I see the problem. Yes, I do, and I think that you're getting nervous for nothing. What you're describing, the irregular sleep patterns, the strange dreams, the erratic spells, they're all common problems for mages of your talent. I've seen them before, in fact. It's nothing to worry about. Well, the risk of accidentally casting magic in public is a genuine worry to have, yes. Though it seems to me that you've been able to hide yourself so far, present incidents aside. So is falling asleep during an inopportune moment, sure. But what I mean is, these are surmountable problems, at least based on this alone. We are, of course, assuming that this is being caused by your magic, and that it isn't being compounded by issues like, say, narcolepsy or terrible sleeping habits. Mm-hmm. I can see you squirming in your chair. It's all right. Everyone has them. This is an insomniac age we live in. I've had to get used to it. Who sent you to me, if I may ask? You mentioned your parents. I'm afraid I don't remember those names. Were they students of mine? Oh, that's right. I remember now. I was training both of them around the same time, although that was ages ago. Paint and pencils, as I recall. Please don't tell them what I said before about other kinds of mages. I have a full-grown child. Makes me feel old. No, you wouldn't know it to look at me. It is still a factor in our lives, but magic can have a rejuvenating effect on one's appearance. Especially if you're vain. Like I am. It's no matter. Pass along my regards when you see them next, though. Now, as I was saying, I believe your issues as they stand now are curable. Some of the problems you're experiencing come down to simply needing more practice controlling your powers, so that they won't manifest when it's inconvenient. I believe I can give you the tools to do so if we're able to talk one-on-one. We'll build it up, like a muscle. If I can't, in a worst-case scenario, I can attempt to seal your powers as well. Yes, that is something that can be done. In fact, I've been granted authority to do so specifically. It will be trickier with you, I think, than with somebody who has to actively work to cast their spells. But it is an option if, even with all of my lessons, you still struggle with controlling them. Oh, you want to know what that would look like? No, I think we don't need to talk about that topic right now. So moving on, do these paths sound feasible to you? What I would recommend is that we meet here regularly for the next few months while I train you. Would once a week be alright? I don't wish to interrupt anything else going on in your life. Classes, hobbies, a job. Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, let's mark that down as a goal for the future then. Holding down a stable job without your dreams setting the place on fire? You're not a mess. It's hard these days for magic users, in a world that doesn't want to acknowledge their existence. But I'm here. and I want to help you. Go speak with Abby outside, and she'll set up our first session for sometime this week. As far as most people will know, you'll be seeing me for ordinary counseling. The fact that you lost your job recently does make for a good pretense, doesn't it? Before you go, I want you to take one of my cards. It has my contact information on it. I'm putting my personal phone number on the back. Don't get excited. I just think, given the circumstances of your condition, that you might need to be able to contact me even at odd hours of the night. Don't misuse it, alright? Good. I'll let you take your leave now. I'll see you later this week. Make sure to wear comfortable, non-flammable clothes, and feel free to bring a pillow. It was good meeting you. Have a good rest of your day. And sweet dreams as well. For your sake. So, I understand that you moved a long way from home to live in these parts. How are you finding it here? Considering what you told me the last time we met, this must be a big change. Going from relative isolation to a thriving magical community. Located in what, I may add, is a fairly populous city. I wouldn't blame you for feeling overwhelmed, especially when your parents are so far away. Forgive me. I'm noticing that you and your parents don't exactly see eye to eye. I more meant I sympathize with you, having to uproot yourself like this. Keeping to yourself will often feel like the safer option in such circumstances. Making friends can be hard if you don't have much experience with them, especially by design. Tell me, are the neighbors friendly where you're living? Are there people for you to talk to as you pass them in the hallways? Oh, really? Is she one of the initiated, this neighbor of yours? That's good. If you fall asleep in front of her, we won't have to worry as much about what she sees. Sorry. That wasn't very funny. It does bring us to the topic at hand, though, doesn't it? Has there been any change in your condition in the time since we spoke? That's good. Somnancy. Where should I begin? Oh, I hope someone gave you a warning about the weather before you moved here. It's temperamental, especially during this time of the year. You'd be wise to start carrying an umbrella with you, even if it doesn't look so bad to start off in the morning. Do try to ignore the sound of the rain, as heavy as it is. Now, where was I? How much have your parents told you about magic? I assume they were responsible for much of your magical instruction until this point. They told you the basics. That spellcasters employ their talents through a single medium of expression, like art or dance or singing or... Yes, exactly. And what you notice about these types of spellcraft is that they usually require the expression to become external before the magic is worked. The expression needs to be expressed, observable to other people in some manner. But though that is the case, the magic does originate internally. To put it one way, when turning someone into a toad, it's not the dance that transformed someone into a toad, but the witch did transform someone into a toad by dancing. I believe, that is to say, it is largely believed that somnancy is an altered form of this power, where it is your subconscious mind working magic instead of your conscious one. Your mind expresses spells in the form of your dreams, and so you, consciously, don't need to lift a finger to make real their effect on the world. Your magic spills out of your head, unshackled for good or ill, characterized by whatever you're dreaming about. Not every dream results in this, of course, but a number of them do. more so as you get older. In the past, it was often viewed as an affliction, more than a talent, not just because of the wild magic that ensues. You feel compelled to sleep at odd hours because your subconscious desires to cast magic, just as other mages might be compelled to paint or what have you. Even if you were a perfectly well-rested person, that would still be the case. Sleep doesn't do for you what it does for non-magical humans. In fact, and I hope I don't alarm you, but there have been cases of dream mages who spend months, even years, in slumber, working a particularly powerful spell. Sometimes intentionally, but often not. Think Sleeping Beauty, or... I can't think of another example, actually. But you get the point. Oh, I'm not sure how they survive that. I guess magic is the answer to that, too. Unless they have people to tend to them, I suppose. What a privilege to not have to worry about bed sores. Another danger that I've seen discussed is the possibility of an inherently bad spell. You already had destructive incidents in the past with your magic, but those were only dreams. Do you know how dangerous it would be for you to have a bad nightmare? I'm sure you've had bad dreams before, but clearly they weren't that bad if you're still here and breathing. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to scare you. The chances of you dying in a nightmare are extremely low. I thought it prudent to bring it up, but please don't dwell on that. Oh. Yes, I imagine that could have contributed to your parents being so strict, so protective of you. If neither of them share your condition, they might have been at a loss for how best to deal with it. How to give you a life that is calm enough to produce safe dreams. Not that I'm trying to justify their behavior, of course. But there are yet more dangers to consider. Dream magic being so potent has occasionally led to its mages being targeted in the past by those who would seek to use their magic for themselves. Dream eaters, rebellious spellcasters, that sort of thing. You heard about that incident, did you? Yes, consider that an example. Not everyone gets along in this community, and our authorities are often stymied by the mundane people who live amongst us. Unfortunately. It's more peaceful in our city than elsewhere, I hasten to say. Still, if you ever feel as though there is someone who may mean you harm, please come talk to me right away. As a magical instructor, it's part of my job to take care of such things. I'm here to help you. But as for your other worries, getting your magic under control is the key. Do you keep a journal? Do you write about your dreams in it? I'd like you to make a habit of doing that every night. We'll want to try to account for the contents of your own subconscious, if that sentence makes sense to you at all. Then, we can focus on altering the content, through lucid dreaming or focusing on spells you want to cast before you sleep. So you did do a little bit of homework before coming to me. Yes, there are studies out there about how lucid dreaming carries potential health risks. I've read them too. But I must stress, again, that you are not a normal human. Your needs are a bit different in this area. You might find it easier to achieve for that same reason. The method I want you to start practicing, to start with, is to engage in reality checks. Distinguish tells in your dreams that help you determine when you're awake and when you're asleep. Like something you can do in a dream that you physically could not do when you're awake, or a part of reality that is out of place. When you find yourself about to fall asleep, keep repeating those tells in your head. I have never watched Inception, but if that helps you understand what I'm saying, then yes, it's like a totem. As for your tendency to sleep at odd times, as I said before, all magic users feel compelled to cast. We can't completely suppress that urge, but as you gain control over your powers, you will be able to make it less disruptive, such as by making yourself expend more magic at night and needing to do so less during the day. I also need to stress that you absolutely must have a healthy sleep schedule if you're going to get anywhere with that. Those are the basics. We'll keep talking about getting your magic under control through these sessions. Oh. If we aren't able to do it, there's still... Yes. The other thing that I mentioned. Sealing your magic. I don't find it a very pleasant option. When someone's powers are sealed, they are unable to perform the activity that they use to cast spells. If I had my powers sealed away, for example, I could try to write something down and find my mind going blank. I would forget every word in every language until I put my pen down and stepped away from the paper. For some mages, it must feel like an aggressive case of art block. For ones like you, I've not seen it done, but it's likely you would never dream again. I'm sure you don't mean that. Anyway, I have no idea what kind of effect that would have on your health, to never be able to dream again. So I'd prefer to only use it as a last resort. In the meantime, I'm curious if you already have in mind a tell, a reality check that you would like to use. Truth be told, I do like it. The rain. There used to be a lot where I came from, too. A lot of water, and not a lot of places to put it. But I didn't mind it. Not even when it floated. It's so nostalgic for me when the weather breaks around here. It goes on and on without end sometimes. Not hard enough to bother, not soft enough to forget. Sit under a downpour heavy enough, and it becomes akin to the sound of a babbling river, gently flowing downstream. When there's somewhere you're sitting safe and dry, the drops drizzling down become one continuous sound, taking everything else away. Unsettling noises, distant arguments, even the sound of your own worried thoughts. On gray, sleepy days like this, it is the only melody that need assert itself. A single lullaby playing for you, even as you sit away from it inside, wrapped up in a blanket by the fire. Maybe with the occasional rumble of thunder crossing overhead, like a big yawn. Sleeping. That bodes well for me. Oh, I did not think this through. Don't burn my office down. Don't burn my office down. Don't burn my office down. Don't burn. Hey. Wake up.